so glad to be here to share with you what is going on in Venezuela, to put you more in touch with what's going on. And so we just really, again, we're happy to be here to take part in what's happening in your class today. I just want to say that Ms. Swanks gave me an awesome introduction, but I want you to give it up for her. She's an awesome, thank you so much. Love for you guys, and she reached out to us to ask us if we could come and share with you, and I think that that's really important, that she is concerned that much about you, that she would want you to have an extended part of your learning concerning Venezuela. And so I'm just really happy to be here today.
I'm sorry, Tina. I'm sorry, Auntie. Please make sure your pencils are down and that you're tracking our guests and giving them the respect that they deserve. I'm looking around. I want to make sure that our attention is where it needs to be. Thank you so much, Gipsters. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Gipsters. Much better. Angie?
So I want to tell you that it was an awesome opportunity for me to be able to travel to Venezuela. And I made my first trip to Venezuela in 2007. 2007. So that was like 12 years ago. Okay. Then I made another trip in 2008. And after that, things began to kind of escalate in Venezuela. And what we're seeing right now is just kind of the explosion of it all, but things have been going on economically in Venezuela for some years. And so because things transpired the way they did, it's not so easy for Americans to travel to Venezuela anymore. So we are talking about what was in Venezuela and what is now. So what was in Venezuela, I could just take my passport and just jump on the plane, go to Venezuela, get off the plane, go through their immigration, they would just stamp my passport, and I could go on about my business. Now, things have changed to where if Americans want to travel to Venezuela, they have to go through a whole process of sending their income statements, records of their jobs, and all of this background, and then send their passport in and wait for it to come back with a visa and pay a lot of money. So that's how some things have changed for me as far as how it has impacted me. So I have not been back to Venezuela since 2008. But I had the awesome opportunity of meeting Mr. Essaul and his family. Actually, before I went to Venezuela, I met them in Trinidad. They were in Trinidad doing some things for their family, and I was able to meet them there. And so then I got acquainted with them and acquainted with his father. So that's how I ended up going to Venezuela. But because I met them and stayed in touch with them, he and his family now are here in America with us. And so he has the opportunity to be here today to talk to you about Venezuela, because he's from there. Who knows better than a person who has lived there, right? Who grew up there, who was born there. So he's going to tell you about Venezuela then and Venezuela now. And when we finish the presentation, we have some things that we want you to look at that are some artifacts and different things from Venezuela. We want you to be able to enjoy those things, okay?
Also, guys, they brought the flag of the nation, so I just wanted to show you this flag. So this is the Venezuelan flag.
All right.
Hi, my name is Essaul. Essaul Moffit. I'm from Venezuela, like Mr. Pan said. I'm born in Venezuela, and I've been living in Texas for 2 years. So I came from Venezuela 2 years ago. So definitely, I've been living all this situation that is going on in Venezuela right now with the economical situation and the crisis. But before that, let me just talk a little bit about before all this crisis came to our country. As she was saying, Venezuela was a place where anybody can come in and go out as they wanted. As a matter of fact, Venezuela is the most richest country in South America. It was recognized as the most richest country because of the oil and the gold and many minerals that we have in the country. So we also have many beautiful places, beaches and mountains, desert, We have a place where we have snow too. It's only one state in Venezuela in the mountain that we have snow, and then one state we have a desert there, and then in many states we have beaches, beautiful places. Venezuela, one of the things where people will go to Venezuela is for tourists. They used to go and enjoy the nice beaches and all that. So the economy was great at that time. I want to say about 20 years ago. The government that is in Venezuela right now been there for 20 years. So it just was a whole process that brought this government 20 years, and they are different presidents but the same government. But before that, Venezuela was beautiful, and as she was saying, it was open to anybody. Now, after this government it was implanted in Venezuela, things started to escalate to a bad situation. So bad that right now, Venezuela is considered one of the poorest countries in the whole world. It was one of the richest in South America, now it's the poorest in South America. And it's not poor because it doesn't have the resources that it had before. We still have the resources, we still have the oil, we still have the gold, we still have all the beautiful beaches and all this stuff, but it's poor because economically people they are in hunger. The children are dying, the hospitals doesn't have the insurance, doesn't have the stuff that we need to attend the people in the hospitals. There is no food in the supermarkets. When people, you can have all the money you want, even if you coming from the States to Venezuela, and you go to the supermarket to buy food, and you will find no food. There is no food. The big businesses in Venezuela, they have left Venezuela. And then many, I can say millions of people, of our people have left Venezuela and have gone to other countries because of the crisis, because of the situation. Many children are dying of malnourished when they born. The mothers, they can't feed them because they are not feeding themselves well. So the crisis is big, it's huge. And I met Dr. Pan, as she say, in 2007. Well, before that we met her, but she came to Venezuela in 2007 when it was still good. We still had the same government that we have right now, but they were just starting. So it still was a good place to go and come. So I'm just happy to be able to share this with you, because I guess it's 12 years later from that time. Now I'm here in Texas, I'm living in here, and we have a project called Let's Help the People of Venezuela that we started 2 years ago. And a lot of people and businesses, places, they've been supporting that project. Just bringing food, bringing toiletries, and different things that the people in Venezuela need. So we pack those stuff and we send it, ship it over there with a company. And then we are able to, with some people in there, we're able to bless and to help the people over there. We're able to help the children, we're able to help the mothers, and different people over there. So I'm happy for this opportunity, and I appreciate it, because for you it's important, since you are studying what's going on in Venezuela, it's important that you know, that you understand where Venezuela is located and what was Venezuela before and what is now Venezuela.
Talk about the salaries before and the salaries now.
Okay, yes, sure. Well, the salary right now, $1, $1 is 3,705 bolivars. $1 is 3,700 of our money. You will get to see our money in here. So it's 3,000. Imagine that $1 is 3,000. So for you, for the minimum salary that the people get in there is 18,000 bolivars. And that's equivalent to $5 a month. So imagine you have to work for hard months, and the only thing you get is $5. And then a family integrated by 5 people needs at least 20 minimum salaries to be able to buy food for 1 month. A family with 5 people needs at least 20 minimum salary to be able to buy food for the whole family.
That's almost 2 years of salaries.
So that's what really is going on right now with the economy. And concerning me is as I came from there 2 years ago, it was difficult for me and for my family, the situation, even though I had a job, my wife had a job, she has a job, she had a job. We had a little baby, we have a little baby called Victoria. So at that time it was difficult for us to work, get the money and feed the family. It was so hard. Sometimes we will eat once a day, or sometimes we'll just not eat that day. Just get the food and save it for the little baby. She can eat tomorrow, she can eat some today and some tomorrow. And I'm talking about 2 years ago, but since 2 years ago, things have become worse, right now. So that's why we have this project to help the people of Venezuela to be able to do some humanitarian aid in the war and especially in the country of Venezuela.
Can I take like maybe 2 or 3 questions? I want to take like maybe no more than 3 questions. Do we have any? Got one from Ashley. Do you have any more? 2 to 3. One from Sarai and one from Javier. Ashley.
How did you come, like, you said that other people weren't allowed to,
Say that again.
How did you come to the United States? She said she understood that other people weren't allowed to, but how did you come?
Well, I have my visa, I have my tourist visa. People still are allowed to leave the country. The country is not closed for people to leave or for people to enter. It's just so expensive to go in there. And even to go and to get out of there is expensive. So I have my visa to answer your question, so just get a ticket and fly out of Venezuela.
So let me answer a little more detail. How did he come out? Okay, prior to all of that, I think the year before, he was able to come and visit here. Okay, like that November. And so then the next year, he and his family wanted to leave permanently and come. And so by having a contact in the United States, they were able to contact us, and we were able to work together with them to help them to come over. Okay, and so that was really, like you said, it was really expensive, but we had to work through those things and find a way for him, his wife, and the baby to come over.
Thank you, Ashley. Sarai?
So like when you were in Venezuela, as the cases like happened there, like were the things more expensive or like were they like
If they were more expensive when I was there,
like I've seen in the news or I heard right that there's like a little bit of things and that some of them are expensive.
Give them an idea of what it costs, like for a dozen of eggs, or a can of tuna, or
Yeah,
loaf
yeah.
of bread.
Yeah, I have some numbers on that. Yes, things definitely, no, they're more expensive now than when I was there. But they've been becoming expensive, more expensive. Yeah, I got a number here for all that. So for example, okay. For example, a basic lunchtime menu, including drink, in the business, in the district, they say you go out with your family to eat outside, right? So it's 12,600 Bolivian. Remember I told you the minimum salary is 18,000, right? So if you get 18,000 after you work the whole month, and then you want to take your family out for lunch, you're gonna spend 12,600. So almost your whole salary.
So how much will you have left if you started with 18,000 and you spent 12,000 for one meal? How much would you have left? 6,000.
All right,
That's all you have left. You only ate one meal in a restaurant.
Yeah, let me give you another estimate. Like a combo meal in a fast food place like McDonald's, for example, is 10,175 Bolivians. Remember, you gain 18,000 in 1 month, and then you go to McDonald's and you spend 10,000.
So if you lived in Venezuela right now and you asked your parents to take you to McDonald's and they just got their check for the month and it was how much? 18,000. And you asked them to take you to McDonald's and they said, okay, I'll take you to McDonald's. It takes them 10,000 of those dollars to take you to McDonald's to eat. So how much would they have left to take care of the family for the rest of the month?
8,000.
That's not much, right? So that means the kids over there can't be asking their parents to go to McDonald's. How often do you ask your parents to go to McDonald's? Well, Chick-fil-A, doesn't matter, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, come on. All the time you're asking your parents to take you there, right?
When there's no food.
And then that is those are fast food places.
3, 2,
I love Burger King.
let's make sure our voices are off and we're tracking. If we got a question, y'all just gonna have to hold it or write it down.
Okay, so those are fast food places. So you get to do that, but kids in Venezuela are not able to do that now, where before, when I first went, I would see families with 4 or 5 children out in a major restaurant eating and having fun, and it was no problem. So that's how much it has changed. I think you had another
We are gonna
question.
take one last question from Javier. I'm gonna distribute these, so if you guys wanna write down questions, I'll forward them on to them, but we're gonna take one last question from Javier and watch the video. Javier?
Hey, Miss Wayne. My mom told me that she had watched the news that there was a new governor, and that governor didn't want a new governor to change things. So if the bad governor doesn't want a new governor, does that mean they're having, almost as a war?
That's a really good question.
It's a really good question. Really good question. So, yes, there is a good president that the people is choosing, not by elections. They just want this president to be the president of Venezuela. Because he was the president of the Congress, he is the only one able to become an internship president right now in the country. Now, the other president, like you said, the bad president, he's still there. But we did an elections in Venezuela, and he won, the bad president, let's say it like that. He won the elections, but it wasn't legal. He didn't win legally. So that's why the president of the Congress have to step in as an internship president in Venezuela. So now it's crazy what's going on because we have 2 presidents. We have 2 presidents, the people is backing the president that won the change in Venezuela, but the other president have the army with him and the police and a few people too. So it's like you say, it's a kind of internal war over there. It's just that they're not fighting right now like in a war, but in a sense, they are.
It's a political war.
Thank you for sharing that. Alright guys, if you have any other questions, I'm putting one of these per table, just write them down and they'll get a chance to look at them. I am going to play a video. One time, can we give it up for Dr. Pamela Randolph and Yes, Javier. Alright guys, and afterwards I'll let them show some of these artifacts, but let's make sure our voices are off. We're tracking forward in 3. Lean. Okay, gotcha.
the provision of food you have given to us. And I want to also thank Pastor Essaul and his wife, Pamela, for the support they have. They supported us in sending food to us by putting joy in our heart. And we pray that God will put joy in the heart of the church, and God will put joy in the heart of Pastor and Mrs. Pamela, Randolph, and Pastor Patrick Randolph. God bless you.
So I told you guys a little bit about that project. So through our research, we're trying to also collect some donations that will help, and that will give towards this project as well. Thanks, guys.
Well, of course, we have the flag, you've seen the flag, and, this is a doll of Venezuela. I'm gonna ask, will they be able to get up and look to the?
Yeah, we'll go table by table, and our first group, like all our visitors, you guys can, she'll tell us what it is. Our visitors will come look first, and then you'll head back to your classes, and then table by table, we'll look and talk about what we'll be doing for the rest of the day.
Okay, I'm just asking that you do not handle the doll, just look at the doll, but this is a, common, dress of the people of Venezuela originally, and this doll is representative of that. And so I ask you not to handle it because it is a porcelain, doll and easy to break, okay? We have some jewelry, things that have been, handmade in Venezuela. This was handmade in a colony called Colonial Tovar, which is up in the mountains that he was talking about. And then this is a bracelet. We have bracelet rings that were made by with crystals, Swarovski crystals, which are really expensive crystals, and people were able to make these a lot back then. And now they can't even get these crystals and make this type of jewelry. So those things have changed. You don't know what these are, right? Okay. And this is, I'll let Essaul tell you the name of this because it has a Spanish name.
Palo de agua.
What does palo de agua mean?
Water.
Stick of water.
Water stick, yeah, water stick.
No, why water though?
Why is it called a water stick?
Sounds like water.
No, like
Rain.
and these are flutes. You have to be able to blow harder than I'm blowing to make some sounds, okay? And we have the currency of Venezuela. We also have a video that's gonna be showing here just some, like a slideshow, places in Venezuela. And this is a plaque that was presented to me the first time that I went to Venezuela by the people there and how appreciative they were. And so it's the map of Venezuela with the flag on top.
Our visitors, come on up after you take a look at that.
What do I do with this?
Can you take pictures for this
Oh, this one?
Don't touch that one.
The pink one you
Drop it.